Welcome to the Create Your Empowered Self podcast. This how-to podcast is focused on empowering you to live your best life by incorporating the principles of the law of attraction, NLP, meditation, and other spiritual teachings. I'm Jeannie Hall, a certified NLP practitioner and creative empowerment coach. Let's get you empowered. Hello, and welcome to the Create Your Empowered Self podcast. This is episode 26, Serene Affirmations. So today I'm starting a new program on this podcast that I'm calling Serene Saturdays. And so going forward, my Saturday podcasts will all be either affirmations, guided meditations, or visualizations engineered with the intention of bringing you just more of what you want into your life. So if that sounds good to you, then tune in on Saturdays because that's what my focus will be going forward. And I've been inspired to do these special types of podcasts to help you have more control over your thoughts. And this is possible because we all have these different brain waves. There's different types of brain waves, and there's 4 main types. The first one is the delta wave, and that is the brain pattern we experience when we're like little babies, infants, and whenever we're in a very deep sleep, we still experience that particular kind of brain wave. There's the theta wave, which we enter into frequently when we're children from the ages of about 2 to 6 years old. And the theta brain wave is all about living more in an imaginary world. And so if you remember having any imaginary friends when you were little, then it's probably from that time period in your life. And I personally actually had 4 imaginary friends. I would love to hear if you remember an imaginary friend and if you remember what you called them and that kind of thing. Mine all had names, and the only one I can remember is some kind of weird name like Fawcett or Fawcett or something. I can't remember all the names, but my parents do. So it's interesting to hear about what we did when we were very small and how our lives are very different. Our imaginations are so vast at that age. And then there is the alpha brainwave pattern, and alpha is kind of a trance-like state. And it's what we go into throughout our days. Anytime we daydream, we're in alpha, or if we are going on autopilot, if we're doing something kind of automatic that we've done a million times, you're probably more in an alpha brainwave pattern during that time. It's also the state that you go into when you're put under hypnosis specifically. So that's the kind that you use then, is alpha. And then there's the beta pattern, which is what we're in when we're awake most of the time. So that's probably the state you're in right now as you focus on what you're doing or what's being said. If you're concentrating and you're able to think in a very rational and logical way, then you're in the beta pattern. So the interesting thing about all these states of mind and these different brain patterns is our level of susceptibility in each one. So we're least susceptible in the beta pattern because we're focused primarily on our 5 senses, what we're actively seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching. But you can choose to put yourself in a more susceptible alpha-like state if you want to make a change in your life or if you want to get rid of beliefs that are no longer serving you. So if let's say you're dealing with something in your life right now and you know that you have a negative or a limiting belief around that and you want to change that, but you're having maybe a little bit of difficulty, the best way to access your mind in that way is to go into more of an alpha state, kind of getting out of the active, awake beta state and kind of going more into a trance and letting your mind be more susceptible, because your mind, the beta, of course, is the least susceptible, but alpha, you're more susceptible to being able to change your basic belief patterns. one way that you can get into alpha is by just closing your eyes and lying down and listening to a meditation that will put you in an alpha state. So if you have a belief that you're wanting to change, let's say you have a belief about money being hard to come by, for example, if you lie down and you close your eyes and you listen to a guided meditation specifically based on changing your beliefs around money, then that'll put you in alpha state, and over time that'll help change those brain waves and kind of loosen up some of those beliefs that you may have had since you were very small and don't even remember where you got that belief, but that can help you to change it. And anything in your life that you feel is no longer serving you, you feel is a limiting belief, you can change by going purposely into an alpha wave state instead. Another thing that's interesting about the alpha state is that you're automatically in that state more right when you first wake up out of a sleep, and also right before you doze off. So when you're really, really sleepy and you're laying down and you're about to drift off, that's also an alpha state. So listening to affirmations or guided meditations at that time can really help you make a positive difference in your life, because you are way more susceptible to just taking that in whenever you're in that state. And I am now offering a new service on my website, creativeempowermentcoach.com, that will allow you to create a request for your own individualized meditation or affirmations. So what it is that I will use your name and your specific issue that you're experiencing and create a meditation tailored specifically for you, or an affirmation, which is what we're getting ready to do now. So you can decide which you like, or if you want both, you can do that. But I'm going to have all these options available on my coaching page, which I will link to in the show notes. And I already include this service as part of my 6-week programs, my Rejuvenation for Writers and my Spiritual Awakening 6-week program. But if you'd like the option of having guided meditations or affirmations by themselves, you can now purchase these directly from my website. So if that sounds interesting, or if you're needing help with maybe you don't want full-on coaching, but you would like some help with the specific issue you have in your life, and you're looking for something that's maybe a little cheaper than full-on coaching, then check that out on my webpage and see what you think. If you like my free guided meditations and my free podcasts, then this might be something that would interest you. You can also access, of course, all my guided meditations by hitting the link in the show notes. It's basically creativeempowermentcoach.com/guided meditation. Feel free to check those out anytime. Okay, so now I'm going to switch gears and do an affirmation process with you now. These affirmations today will be focused on calming you and bringing you into a peaceful, serene state. So if you have issues with anxiety, anger, if you have a lot of fear, this will be a great affirmation for you. And so what I'd like you to do is, after I speak each affirmation, I would like you to repeat what I am saying out loud or in your head to yourself, whatever you prefer. So I will say the affirmation, then I will pause for you to repeat that either out loud or in your own mind before I go on to the next one, okay? And doing affirmations on a regular basis will help you to alter any blocks or negative limiting beliefs that you've been experiencing or you may be carrying around with you. So with that in mind, let's begin. My thoughts are my own, and no one controls them but me. My mind is powerful and capable of quieting itself. I float through my life easily, able to feel peace in any moment. My world is beautiful and full of happy imagery. I choose what I think and choose soothing thoughts. I am willing to believe in my own power to create the life I want. When I lay down to go to bed, I am able to go to sleep and stay asleep with no problem. My mind is my sanctuary, and it brings me only pleasant thoughts. No matter what may be going on around me, I am in control of my own peace and reactions. Whenever I need to, I can imagine I'm floating on a placid river and feel calmness wash over me. I choose to be tranquil before bed and slip into slumber without effort. I go with the flow. If I wake before I'm ready to get up, I can easily slide back down into a restful sleep. I am in control of the important areas of my life. Inspiration for my highest good comes to me in my dreams and stays with me when I wake. When I sleep, I feel serene. And when I wake, I feel rested. I am confident in my own ability to calm myself. My thoughts are my own, and no one controls them but me. My mind is powerful and capable of quieting itself. I float through my life easily, able to feel peace in any moment. My world is beautiful and full of happy imagery. I choose what I think and choose soothing thoughts. I am willing to believe in my own power to create the life I want. When I lay down to go to bed, I am able to go to sleep and stay asleep with no problem. My mind is my sanctuary, and it brings me only pleasant thoughts. No matter what may be going on around me, I am in control of my own peace and reactions. Whenever I need to, I can imagine I'm floating on a placid river and feel calmness wash over me. I choose to be tranquil before bed and slip into slumber without effort. I go with the flow. If I wake before I'm ready to get up, I can easily slide back down into a restful sleep. I am in complete control of the important areas of my life. Inspiration for my highest good comes to me in my dreams and stays with me when I wake. When I sleep, I feel serene, and when I wake, I feel rested. I am confident in my own ability to calm myself. My thoughts are my own, and no one controls them but me. Thanks so much for joining me for this first of many Serene Saturdays. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends, rate it, and subscribe. And as always, have an empowered day, week, month, and year. Bye-bye. So much for listening to the Create Your Empowered Self podcast. If you've enjoyed this content or found it helpful, please let me know by leaving a review. I upload podcasts every Wednesday and Saturday, so subscribe to receive these regular updates. Now, go out there and live a more empowered life.